There's a new energy buzzing in Carolina, the kind that makes fans lean forward in their seats. The kind that says something special is happening right now. Because for the first time in a long time, it feels like the Panthers have found their next superstar. A young rookie who refuses to play like one, and the entire NFL is starting to take notice. You can feel it in the air, Panther Nation, this isn't just another game week. This is the moment when Carolina's future starts to reveal itself. Because while most rookies spend their first year just trying to adjust, T-Mac is already taking over games like a veteran who's been here for years. This week, the NFL finally gave him the recognition he deserves. T-Mac has been named Rookie of the Week. And honestly, it's about time. The guy's been putting on a show every single Sunday. Let's talk numbers. 27 receptions, 380 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he's averaging more than 63 yards per game. That's not rookie stuff, that's star receiver production. And when it comes to yards after catch, he's tearing defenses apart, 112 yards after contact, slipping through tackles like he's built out of smoke. He's right behind Emeka Egbuka from Tampa Bay in several rookie leaderboards, second in receiving yards, tied for third in receptions, and top 2 in yards per game. The crazy part? He's doing all of this while defenses are already scheming to stop him. That's the sign of a special player. And this Sunday, he gets his biggest test yet, a one-on-one showdown against Sauce Gardner and the New York Jets. Gardner is one of the toughest corners in football, a shutdown guy who makes even elite receivers second-guess themselves. But T-Mac? He's not backing down from anyone. This matchup feels bigger than just one game. It feels like a preview of the future, 2 young stars battling to define the next era of the NFL. If the Jets are bold enough to let Sauce guard him all game, then buckle up. Because every route, every catch, every second is going to matter. And if they don't put Sauce on him? Let's be real, no other corner on that roster can slow T-Mac down. That man will eat them alive. T-Mac has earned this moment. He's been patient, focused, and relentless. Every week, he's showing us that the number 8 overall pick wasn't just a draft pick, it was the beginning of a new chapter for Carolina. He's not just chasing numbers. He's chasing history. And if he keeps playing like this, Rookie of the Year isn't out of reach. In fact, it might already be calling his name. Now, as we head into the weekend, the spotlight shifts to the rest of the roster, and things are starting to get complicated on the injury front. There's one unexpected name on that report that could raise some eyebrows. But before we dive into that, tell me this, Panther fans, is T-Mac already the best rookie receiver in football right now? Or does Emeka still have the edge? Drop your thoughts below. This one's going to spark some debate. Something didn't feel right at practice this week, and for a team trying to find rhythm heading into a crucial game, even a small ripple can feel like a wave. When the Panthers' injury report dropped, there was one name that stood out like a red flag: Derrick Brown? No. Adam Thielen? No. It was guard Damian Lewis, missing completely. No practice. No explanation. No word from the team. Just, absent. At first, it didn't sound like much. Maybe an illness, maybe something personal. But for a player who's been an anchor on that offensive line, a line that's already battled inconsistency and injuries, it was hard not to feel uneasy. You could sense the worry ripple through Panther Nation. Was it serious? Was it a tweak? Or was it something off the field that had nothing to do with football at all? Nobody knew for sure. Reporters asked, fans speculated, but all anyone could confirm was this: Damian Lewis wasn't there. Still, this team can't afford to let fear spread before Sunday. The locker room's message was clear: stay calm, stay focused, stay ready. And maybe that's the right call. Because unless we hear otherwise, you've got to believe he'll be ready to go. After all, losing Lewis at this point would be brutal. The Panthers are already walking a thin line between potential and collapse, and every healthy starter matters. Outside of Lewis, though, the report had some good news. Austin Corbett and Coker were both full participants, two huge returns for this offense. Chuba Hubbard was limited, still managing a calf injury, but expected to play. And you could tell the team is counting on him for a heavy workload. That injury isn't something you mess with. Calves can linger, can tighten, can take away a burst just when you need it most. But Hubbard? He's built different. He plans to suit up. Because this week, against a Jets defense that thrives on chaos, Carolina's going to need all the fight it can get. And that brings us to the big question floating around all week, one that's got fans divided. It's time for the latest, Would You Rather, Panthers edition. Here's the question: if you could script Sunday's game, would you rather see Chuba Hubbard go off for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, or would you rather see Coker haul in 150 yards and 2 scores through the air? It's a tough call, but here's the thing. If Chuba does it, that means Carolina's offensive line dominated. It means this team finally found balance, that 1-2 punch between Hubbard and Sanders that can grind down any defense in football. It means the Panthers could win ugly, win tough, win like a team that knows its identity. If Coker does it, that's electric. That's fireworks. That's Bryce Young lighting it up through the air with his full receiving core healthy again. It would be a beautiful sight, especially after weeks of battling injuries and inconsistency. But between the two, that 150-yard performance from Hubbard might mean something deeper. It would mean Carolina's ground game is back, that they can control the tempo, wear teams out, and protect their young quarterback. And maybe that's exactly what this team needs right now, not flash, but foundation. Because if the Panthers can win in the trenches again, then maybe, just maybe, they can still fight their way back into this season. It's funny, man. The more I think about it, the harder this choice gets, Coker or Chuba. At first, I thought Coker might be the guy. That burst, that fire, he just looks ready to break out. But then I stopped and said, nah. My gut says Chuba. Because this isn't just about who runs faster or who hits the hole harder. This is about pride. This is about proving who really owns that backfield in Carolina. I want Chuba Hubbard to come out and silence every single person questioning him. I want him to say, this is who I am. This is what I do. This is Panther football. Imagine this, Chuba rushing for 150 yards and 2 touchdowns, dragging defenders with him, pounding the turf like a storm. Or Coker lighting it up through the air, over 150 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns, breaking tackles like he's made of steel. That's the kind of fire Panther Nation deserves to see. That's the kind of football that gets your blood pumping. But I've got to be real for a second. The injuries this season, they're stacking up, and one big reason might be the turf. And that's something we don't talk about enough. A lot of players are going down because of these synthetic fields, and places like MetLife, man, they're known for it. Players hate that turf. It grips too hard, twists knees, ruins seasons. One fan said it perfectly, I'm more afraid of MetLife's turf than the Jets themselves. And honestly, I agree. That's how bad it's gotten. So yeah, maybe it's not just about the medical staff or bad luck. Maybe it's the ground they're playing on. Something needs to change, because these injuries are stealing too many great moments from this team. But through it all, fans like Ace Bendetta have been calling it from the start, run the zone plays. Let Chuba do what he does best. And you were right, man. You called it. Since they've started doing it, the offense has looked alive again. Now it's time to keep feeding that formula, power, pace, and pride. And hey, one last thought, what about letting Rico return a punt or two? You just know that man's itching to take one to the house. Can you imagine the roar in Bank of America Stadium if he does? Goosebumps, man. Pure goosebumps. So I'll ask you, Panther Nation, who do you want to see go off this week? Chuba pounding the rock for 150 and 2 scores, or Coker catching fire through the air? Drop your pick in the comments. Let's see where your heart lies. You know what, Panther Nation? As much as I'd love to see Rico take a punt to the house, I just can't do it. Not right now. Because this dude is about to be the heartbeat of our rushing attack. He's too important. He's too explosive. And honestly, he's about to be used so much in this offense that putting him back on special teams feels like playing with fire. Yeah, Rico could absolutely return one. No question. The man has the speed, the balance, and the vision to turn a simple punt return into a highlight that breaks the internet. But that's not the point. It's not about what he can do. It's about what we shouldn't risk. You put him back there, and all it takes is one misread, one defender coming in faster than expected, and suddenly, your best offensive weapon takes a brutal hit. For what? 10 extra yards? Maybe a spark? Nah, that's not worth it. That's why I'd rather see someone like Jimmy Horn Jr., Hunter Renfrow, or even Travis Etienne back there. Those guys can handle it. They've got the hands, the quick reactions, and they're not carrying the same workload Rico's about to face. Even DJ Dallas could take a rep if needed. But Rico? No way. Not this year. He's too valuable, too electric, and too central to what this team is building. And that's the thing about Carolina right now, they're not just trying to win games. They're trying to protect what's working. They've found a rhythm in the run game, a balance in the offense, and they can't afford to mess that up by risking their spark plug on special teams. So here's what I want to ask you, Panther Nation, let's hear your thoughts. Do you think Rico should get a chance to return punts, or should the team keep him fresh for the ground game? And while we're at it, tell me this, is T-Mac the real deal? Can he steal Rookie of the Year from Emeka Egbuka? Are you worried about the growing injury report heading into Sunday? And the big one, who would you rather see light up the stat sheet, Chuba Hubbard rushing for 150 and 2 touchdowns, or Coker going off with 150 receiving yards and 2 scores? Drop your takes below. I want to hear it all, every opinion, every emotion, every ounce of that Panther pride. Because at the end of the day, we're all part of this story together. Through every hit, every injury, every touchdown, we ride or die with this team. Keep pounding, Panther Nation.